Stay savage, your boy ShinoBeenTrill. What's poppin'? Today we are back with another Boruto review, and for the most part, this episode was overall what we expected it to be. There's a few questions and concerns regarding my aspects. I know there's going to be a few questions and concerns regarding you guys, regarding Killer B. One of my biggest concerns is Gaara nonetheless, due to the fact that we see Gaara talk with Shukaku, like without him actually going anywhere to speak to him. It was more like it was a direct link, as if, you know, Shukaku was still inside his body. So that's my little issue right now, is like, is Gaara going to become the one-tailed Jinchuriki once again? I know a lot of people keep saying, oh, you have to be a newborn and shit like that to be the host of a tail beast, but that is not the case. They usually put him in children, but that is not the case. So we see Gaara talking directly with Shukaku. Obviously, Yorishiki knows that there's only two Jinchuriki left, which is Killer B and which is Naruto. Maybe that's just from his intel and what he knows. Maybe he is misconstrued something, or maybe he's leaving that out, because if you look at Yorishiki, he seems to be really sneaky, and I feel like at some point or another he's gonna betray Momoshiki. And what's kind of fucked up, we seen Yorishiki pop up at the fight with Killer B, which wasn't there before. So if you guys are excited about today's episode, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily content. And with that being said, let's get in today's video. Let's get it.
All of these people, they down to rot. Look in my eyes. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
So looking at today's episode, honestly, it was like, you know, a whole bunch of recap pushed into a little bit amount of time. Clearly, we got to see Killer B and Momoshiki have at it, which wasn't really as dynamic or as drastic as I thought they would put it in the anime. Because, you know, when they have stuff in the movie, obviously there's not enough time to do everything that they want to do. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe they're going to put this in here. We're going to see Killer B throw some blows. We're going to see some shit go down. Honestly, there was no shit going down. There was no real blows being thrown. Clearly, it was just Momoshiki just pressuring the shit out of Killer B, even forcing him to switch into his tail beast mode. Once he switched into his tail beast mode, he eventually got pressured even more. Then he was kind of trapped. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say Killer B is dead. Oh my god, Killer B is dead. Stop that, please. If you guys watch Boruto Naruto Next Generation movie, this is not a spoiler, because if you watch the movie, for most people that are watching anime, I'm pretty sure you watched the movie. If you looked at the credits, you saw Killer B still alive coming out the water. Now, for the people who are still skeptical, you even see Killer B quote himself saying fucking fleeing is the best victory in this situation. You know, fleeing is the only victory here. So clearly, when the tail beast bomb was reshot at him after sending it towards Momoshiki, and he redistributed it with his chakra and basically amplifying it, you clearly see Killer B say something. Then they switch to the scene where it's a rock. You know what I'm saying? That was basically the moment to let you know Killer B took his exit. This is where he sidestepped that shit and left a fucking octopop tentacle back there. That's the reason why Momoshiki essentially says, oh, this is it, this is all we got, you know, this is all we get for having like this quote-unquote powerful ass chakra being, you know what I'm saying, for us to absorb this powerful ass chakra. It essentially lets us know that that wasn't Killer B, it was one of Killer B's clones. And that's kind of fucked up that Killer B deceived that man like that. This man got him eating out fucking clones and shit. You know, he's eating out carbon copies, not even the real thing. And the reason why this basically is going to take place like this is, if you guys remember in the Momoshiki movie, you clearly see when he turned Kinshiki into a fruit, anybody with massive amounts of chakra turns into a big fruit. Like, so if you had a tail beast and you got turned into a chakra fruit, you know, you would be a big fruit. You wouldn't be the little bitty ass pebbles that look like, you know, some food pills or some shit like that. Clearly, a lot of people are like, oh my god, Killer B is gone. No, he's not gone. Go back and watch the movie. Look at the credits. You'll see this man coming back to the shore. You know, essentially, they didn't reiterate saying that he was dead in the movie. And clearly, at the end of the movie, you know, if you watched all the way through, you see my homie dead ass pull himself back up to the shore. So let's look at this episode as a whole entirely. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, we getting Boruto acting and inquiring about Naruto. We have Sarada running around essentially saying she's not gonna let Boruto surpass her. She won't let him get ahead and shit like that, because, you know, clearly he has that one-on-one training with Sasuke now, so that does give him a bit of an advantage due to the fact that she's with Konohamaru Sensei. And honestly, I feel like at some point or another, Konohamaru Sensei is gonna have to let some of his students branch off. Clearly, we have Mitsuki, who is a lot fucking stronger than everybody else already, due to Orochimaru confirming that, basically saying, you know, hey, do not not go to your maximum potential in the tuning exams, because if you do, you will not be allowed to stay in the village and whatnot like that and shit, you know what I'm saying? So clearly we're gonna see Sarada branch off, you know, maybe go hang out with Tsunade, maybe even train with her mother, because, you know, clearly the new deadlock will be Naruto, fucking Sakura, and fucking Sasuke. How could I not say those names? And I always say them like so easily. But literally you're gonna start seeing these people like branch off and start training with certain people, because Konohamaru Sensei can only teach them so much, you know what I'm saying? But even still, you know, she wants to keep up with Boruto due to Boruto training with her father. You know, she even confronts like Metal Lee's team and shit like that. She goes and tell Denki and them that they're not gonna lose, and you know, it kind of seemed like she was spying, but she was just more like issuing a declaration, letting them know, hey, you guys are not gonna be able to beat us. Clearly we're gonna be the best. And you know, you guys know already, like they have this reputation as Team 7, you know, they're known as the team that haven't filled the mission yet, so everybody's having these high expectations for them. Everybody has these like goals for them, you know what I'm saying? They're put on a pedestal already. So if they come in there and they don't do as well as they're supposed to do, or they don't perform as well as they're supposed to do, clearly, you know, everybody's gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? Now, you know, we see, you know, Boruto and Sasuke have a moment. Clearly you even see Sasuke and Konohamaru Sensei have a moment. You know, essentially he's basically telling him, I accept Boruto as my student. You know, we obviously got to sit in basically submit a formal request and shit like that. That's the only way it could happen. And clearly, you know, this is some new times, because we never heard Jiraiya say he was submitting a request to have Naruto at his side. Now clearly this could have happened, you know, he just never mentioned it. But we have Sasuke, you know, on his formality shit, you know, he's being formal and shit, so he directly lets Konohamaru know. And then you see Konohamaru talk about how everybody just pops up in his yard. Nobody ever just pops up at the front door. Clearly everybody knows Konohamaru is just always in the yard and shit like that. So it's kind of weird. One thing was dope to see Sasuke actually thank him for, you know, looking after Sarada and being nice to her and shit like that. You know, you got to see that dad aspect of Sasuke come out, but he clearly says he's no good at this parenting thing. So, you know, everybody's saying, you know, Sasuke is supposed to be the best dad for Boruto, quote unquote. And you know what I'm saying? We calling him basically the stepdad of Boruto and shit like that. But he's even letting us know, hey, I'm not the best person for this. You know, I'm not really good for this situation. You know, obviously I'm gonna take him as my student, but like, I'm not a dad. Maybe I'm gonna train him, you know, I'm gonna give him some guidance in terms of some art techniques and shit like that, but in terms of like being a father figure or being somebody he can look up to, I'm not that, you know what I'm saying? He lets Konohamaru Sensei know that off the bat. You know, he just was like straight up blunt about it. He didn't beat around the bush and shit like that. Now clearly we got Sumire and her team talking and shit like that. You even see her like talking about like the weaknesses of Team 7, you know what I'm saying? She was going into some super analytical shit. She was even scaring her friends, and they were like, yo, do you always think about shit like that? Like, when did you get so gruesome and so scary? Like, what's going on inside of your head? And honestly, yo, it was really dope to see, because like most people don't know how Sumire really is. Nobody knows that she's a battle ready ninja. Nobody knows that she already knows Warden and Jutsu, and you know, she's really advanced for her age, you know what I'm saying, due to her being trained and her to being one of Danzo's lackeys daughter and shit like that, you know. So clearly this girl was already honed, and she was already ready to bear combat, you know, shit like that. She was ready to take the burden of sacrificing her own self and shit like that. We saw way back in the New Way arc, but like, it's still odd that none of her friends really know about that, and the only true people that do know about that are like the higher ups of the Leaf Village and Mitsuki and Boruto, essentially, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention, we got shit going on with Tamari. You know, she was actually whooping their ass. Like, she was literally putting Shikadai, Inojin, and Chocho through the ringer. Obviously she's trying to help them train so they can get stronger in order to take down everybody else. On top of that, her brother, the Kazekage, is coming. So this is one of those things where it's like, look, Shikadai, I don't give a damn what you feel, but you gotta beat them, because you know, I cannot look bad against my little brother, you know. So that big sister mentality came out. You even see Shikadai try to pressure her into a situation, and you know, he executed a strategy that was really dope. You know, clearly he was trying to get ready to have her like screwed over in this situation, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to put her against the wall, and you know, clearly she knows how to fight him properly due to her fighting against Shikamaru in the tuning exams. On top of that, they're married now, so obviously they try to discuss each other's weaknesses and shit like that, because they're a team. You know, clearly when we see those two fight together in the future, they're gonna be more tactical, because they're gonna feed off each other's weaknesses. You know, like Shikamaru, you know, he runs out of chakra if he does too much quickly. I mean, obviously it may not be like that now due to the fact that he's been honing his skills over the years and shit like that, and he's a lot older, but it still brings back like a lot of nostalgic memories in terms of like how everybody else was preparing for the tuning example when Naruto part 1 was going on, when I was a lot younger, you know what I'm saying? And now everything is a lot different. You have these new age kids, you know, that's way more tactical practical, way more advanced, because you got to think about it. They coming from the generation of like miracles essentially. This is like some fucking Kuroko type shit. Like if you look at how Naruto and them was set up, they was already like known as really OP ninja, and now these kids are being trained by the really OP ninja and shit like that, and it's making them a lot stronger than everybody else, and it's really crazy. Now, you know, the rivalry between her and Gaara was really dope, because clearly, you know, she talks about the adopted son, which I made a video about, and clearly I kind of had a feeling this was going to come up. I didn't want to go into too much detail about it, but at the same token, you know, eventually it was going to pop up because everybody's going to see Shinki. Everybody's going to start inquiring, who is Shinki's mother, who is Shinki, where did he come from, how did Gaara have this child and shit like that, you know. So clearly we got that team starting to pop up in this episode as well, and we see, like, you know, Gaara clearly telling them, you know, to rest yourself, because the people that you're fighting against are going to be really strong ninja. These are your rivals. You guys should prepare yourself. And you know, Shinki's on his serious attitude as always. He's always talking about he's going to defeat everybody easily and shit like that. Even Tamari knows that this kid is really strong, and she can sense a massive amount of chakra from this kid, and she can tell that he's really not an ordinary child, you know what I'm saying. Now let's get into the juicy shit. So clearly we have we got this situation with Killer Bee going on, right? Obviously, the tail beasts are connected in all sorts of limelight and shit like that, so you can tell when the 9 tails is in trouble. They can tell when the 8 tails is in trouble. It's kind of odd that Naruto wasn't able to sense that due to him being a sensory type ninja, due to him having Kurama inside of him, and you know, he couldn't feel like this big amount of chakra clashing. Maybe it's out of his radius or some shit like that, but even still, you know, there's like this fucking mental link between the tail beast and even Shukaku. You know, he basically reaches out to Gaara, and it was really dope to see him and Gaara have this conversation, and it was like, hey, look, I lost connection with the 8 tails, like what's going on. Like, I just thought I should let you know I still have the connection with the 9 tails, but I don't have the connection with the 8 tails anymore. And it could be due to the fact that when Killer Bee was basically trying to get out of there, he expended the last of his chakra, you know what I'm saying, or he even pushed himself to the breaking point where he was almost completely depleted, as well as the 8 tails, or he could have just suppressed his chakra all in all. You know, he could have just disguised his chakra as something else and basically went down like that. That way Momoshiki wasn't able to still sense him and wasn't able to see that he was there. But the biggest issue for me is, look, I understand Gaara was the 1 tails host at one point in time, so maybe there's still some type of mental link, maybe there's still some type of connection between those two, but the way Gaara stopped talking was like, or started talking and just stopped walking, it was literally like they were connected already, like together as one whole, you know, as if Naruto was sitting inside of his body talking to Kurama, as if Killer Bee was sitting inside of his body talking to the 8 tails and shit like that. It's just one of those things where I was just like, yo, wait, what? I get that you guys had a connection at some point or another, but like, you guys still seem on some inner outer shit. Like, you guys, like, he literally paused, you know what I'm saying, and he literally like hear this man reach out to him, and then Gaara even notes, hey, what's going on? You never reach out to me, you never try to talk to me unless it's important. So even Shukaku says, so it must be important, clearly I'm reaching out to you, so be on your guard, you know what I'm saying, because Shukaku don't really like humans, you know, but I think he became fond of Gaara, you know, and essentially I feel at some point or another there is going to be like this story about Gaara getting Shukaku back. And I know a lot of people was talking about in Gaara's like Hidan, everybody says, you know, it's not translated yet, it's not completely English yet, and everybody is basically waiting on that to come out so they can see what's going on in that. And clearly that's when Shinki starts popping up and shit like that, so maybe at some point or another he took Shukaku on that, or maybe after those events or something like that. Does he have Shukaku back? I don't really know, honestly. It's just a lot of speculation, you know, but one of those things like just oddly happens, you know what I'm saying, and it just kind of puts me in that perspective thinking that he's there, because like the way they portrayed it, you know, it's always perspective when you're looking at something. It's like, if I look at this from this angle and you look at it from that angle, you know, we see two different things. But like at this point in time, we're looking at him talk to Shukaku directly inside of himself, basically still at the train station after the Thunder Train leaves with Shinki's team and Konkoro. You know, it was really dope to see Konkoro pop up in this episode. It's really odd to see how much everybody has changed, and you're starting to really get an idea of how everybody is. Now we're gonna start to see the Raikage appear, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna see Dadari, we're gonna start seeing Chojiro, we're gonna start seeing all the other Kages like pop up, you know what I'm saying. And this is really about to be a really dope situation, because all the previous people that we saw are starting to basically reunite themselves with each other, and it's gonna be really dope because, you know, we grew up watching these people, we watched these people be like teenagers and shit like that. Now they're like adults, and now everybody's like a leader, everybody's like top tier brass in the villages and shit like that, and everybody's like super stronger than what they were before. It's gonna be really dope, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I still wanted to see the Killer Bee fight a little bit expanded more upon. I'm kind of curious to what the fuck is going on with Shukaku. Like deadass, like Shukaku literally came to talk to Gaara. So are we gonna get that nostalgic trip and we're gonna see Gaara become a Jinchuriki again? Because even Yoshiki noted that was only Killer Bee and only Naruto. Maybe his intel is fucked up. Obviously, you know, we got Jinchuriki who can fucking sense massive amounts of chakra. You know, he says massive amounts of chakra is traveling in this direction essentially. So we don't know what Gaara has to do. He has to prepare for some shit and basically tie up some loose ends, and then he'll be at the Leaf Village in 2 days or something like that. We don't know what's actually about to go down. So clearly things are about to take a fucking turn, and we're about to start to see this shit develop in a weird way. So let me know your personal thoughts and your personal opinions. If you guys are excited about today's episode, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily content. And with that being said, my name is ShinoBeenTrill. Stay true and stay real. Hope you guys have a blessed day, and until next time, see you guys later. Bye.